Hey, shalom, 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 Israel. First and foremost, we'd like to give our praises and honor and glory to Yahweh Bashem El Shai, Bashem Kakudash, the Mahanas, to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to you, brothers in the highways and the byways, preaching and teaching His word in sincerity and in truth. This is your brother Shapal from James Jamaica Camp with a quick lesson. Right now, I'd like to begin by saying that you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native American Indians, you are from the nation of Israel. You know, you make up the 12 tribes of Israel. You know, or the father's name, even the father's name is Yahweh, right? And the son's name is Yahushai, right? Those are their names in the Hebrew, where the Hebrew Israelite, who the scripture speak of, who were sent over the side of the world to face our punishment. And that's why we're in the predicament that we're in. But now, you know, we are in the time of our deliverance, when our punishment is come to a full, all right? And now, as I said before, you know, deliverance draweth nigh. Now, one of the things where we as men of the Lord out there in the highways and the byways preaching this truth is really looking at now, right, is to get the hell up out of displacement. Right, we're looking at the RFID microchip as prophecy, which is to be fulfilled, right? You know, we're seeing the stage that is set, and we know once that is made mandatory, right, the MOTB, right, the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip, you know. Hey, we know that, look, we help out of displacement, right, because that's one of the main prophecy, right, which is yet to come, all right. But as soon as that get implemented, we're not saying that, look, as it is implemented, we know that that is a mark that knows that, look, this place is finished, all right. Right, and so that leads me to this lesson, because up until then, all right, and even then, you know what I mean, we have need of patience, and that's a key word, man. Patient, all right. So we'll get the word patient from the Merriam-Webster and the online etymology, right? So the Merriam-Webster said patient, all right. So okay, just give me a minute. All right, so it's why this giving me this problem now, huh? All right. Patient from the Merriam-Webster. All right, definition number 1. All right, bearing pains or trials calmly, right, or without complaint. All right, so bearing pain or trials calmly or without complaint. All right, manifesting forbearance under provocation or strain. All right, that's number 2. Number 3, not hasty or impetuous. All right, that's number 3. All right, number 4, steadfast despite opposition, difficulties, or adversity. All right. That's number 4. Number 5, able or willing to bear use with off. Right. See, so all of those, and go back to patience. That's what we need in a time like this, you know, because things are gonna happen, which a lot of brothers are gonna you know, a lot of brothers are gonna be excited. You know what I mean? Because look, you want to get the hell up out of this space, man, right? So it's you know, so it goes back to being steadfast despite opposition, right, and difficulty and adversity. Be able to willing and bear the use of, right, not hasty, right. That one of the things, man, we're supposed to be hasty, right? Manifesting, right, for forbearance under provocation or strain. So a lot of strain come down on us, right? Provocation, right? Bearing pains or trial calmly without complaint. So that's one of the things which strike my eyes, man. To bear this thing, man, without complaint. Alright? Saying so a lot of things is gonna happen. Right? In a Luke, it's they're gonna take us before judges, man. Alright, Luke 21. Let me just read it. Alright, let's read it. Luke 21 verse 12 says, but before all these, they shall lay hands on you and persecute you and deliver you up to the synagogues and into prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. Now bear in mind, it's happened, there's an incident happened in 70 AD, right? When you say Jerusalem compassed with armies, you know what I mean? And this is the incident we're speaking of, you know what I mean? However, in this time, this dispensation of time, man, right? There are gonna be things like these happening, right, to the men of the Lord. Because said things that are written aforetime was written for our learning. Right? So these incident, right, is gonna happen. Because we're the one that are speaking out against the system, man. Right? The prophets of old come back in the same spirit. Right? Jeremiah 28 and 8, I believe. Right? Speaking against great kingdoms and nations. Right? Right? So it's they shall lay hands on you and persecute you and deliver you into synagogues and into prison, being brought before kings and rulers for what? For my name's sake. For Yahushua name's sake, Yahweh Shem Yahshai. And he shall turn to you for a testimony. Settle it therefore in your hearts not to meditate before what he shall answer. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom which all your adversary, right, shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. And he shall be betrayed both by parents, right, and by brethren, and by kinfolks, and by friends, and some of you shall be they shall cause to be put to death. So under all of these pressure, going back to one of the definitions, right, bearing pains and trials calmly without complaint, right? That's definition one for patience in the Merriam-Webster. Bearing pain or trials calmly without complaint, right? Right? See? Number two definition, manifesting forbearance under provocation or strain, right? See, so a lot of these trials are coming on us, man. But guess what? We need to be patient even in that time. Right? The scripture in Ecclesiasticus, I believe, no, it's Ecclesiasticus 2. So be patient when they are brought to a low estate. All right, we're going to be brought to a very low estate, man. But that's when the Lord show forth His power. You know. All right, continuing it, sir. Yes, so some of us are going to be called to be put to death. Verse 17, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. Right? And this is because you're preaching the word, man, the truth to this wicked society. Verse 18, there shall no not an hair of your head perish. Right? And this is the point in verse 19. It says, in your patience possess ye your soul. Right? So, meanwhile we're waiting, man, we're not supposed to go off, you know, thinking that we can't get saved by any other means, you know what I mean, or begging for your life, you know what I mean, or you know, this, you know, denying the Lord existence, or you know, go against the laws and statutes of Yahweh. You're supposed to stand with integrity, right? Now we take a look at the online etymology online. Right? Patience, mid 14th century, patience, capable of enduring misfortune, suffering, right? And that's one of the key examples of patience. Patience go back to suffering. So even now, when we're looking at the things that are coming, right, we see, when we read the scriptures, man, we know that we have a better place, right? we know that the kingdom of heaven is better than this, man. All right? And we have to patiently wait, even though all of this is happening to us, man. Even though the society is getting more corrupt. You know what I mean? We're being persecuted daily. You know, we're tired and we're weary, man. We're suffering, man. Right? In a time like this, we are suffering because we see the contrary, man. We see what righteousness is like. We want to move from this place to be righteous, man. Right? So right now we're suffering in the flesh. You know? The spirit yearns to leave this body, man. Right? So we're patiently waiting, man. We're patiently waiting. We're suffering. Right? Example, right? Without complaint. All right? Scripture said the soul of the just complain continually. You know? The spirit crying out, you know? But it's a character wherein if you are enduring suffering, man, and you're not complaining, then that's a trait which is of a good mindset, you know, because you that shows that look, you trust in Yahweh Shem Shai, that shows faith, you know what I mean? Because we are being punished because of our sin, man, because of what we did. We transgress the laws and statutes, you know. All right. Yeah, and it goes on to say, bearing and supporting, suffering, endurance, right? So to hunger, self-restraint, having temper with enduring trials, right? Provocation, you know, so on and so forth. You know what I mean? Yeah. Patience. In the Merriam-Webster, when you look at the word patience, you go a quality of being willing to bear adversity, calm endurance of misfortune, right? Suffering, right? It goes to the quality of suffering and enduring submission. Also, indulgence, right? Humility, right? And it teaches humility, man, right? That shows that we have to wait upon Yahweh Shai judgment, Yahweh Shem Shai judgment. Submissiveness, you know, literally quality of suffering, you know, and it goes on and on, man. You know, I say firm, but also firm, unyielding, hard, right? Use of persons as well as of a navigatable river. Present particles, you know, peti, that's the syllable broken up. First part PATI, right? To endure, to undergo, experience, and that's what we gain from all of this, man. Experience. All right. So back in the scriptures now, just to solidify the point, why it is a good thing. All right. This is Matthew 24 and verse 48. And if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord, delay is coming, right? Which goes back to what? Patient, man. We're supposed to have patience, long suffering, you know. Scripture says, if the Lord comes in Luke, basically for the paraphrase, it shall he find faith on earth. Right? Faith is what is going to keep us grounded and wait upon the Lord, man. Scripture says, wait upon the Lord until you rise up to the prayer, man. Right? Wait upon the Lord, man. Be patient. We know we're suffering, but we cannot go above and beyond what we were meant to do. We're supposed to preach His word and wait. That's it. Preach His word, man, and wait. And we know we get a little excited, man, but the prophecies are there. You know what I mean? As guidelines. Right? So, but, and if that evil servant say in his heart, my Lord, delay is coming, and shall begin to smite his fellow servant, and eat and drink with drunken, the Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not aware. Right? So the Lord, so that's when the Lord will come, man. That's when the Lord is going to come, when we're not aware, man. Right? Because even though we know the what to look for in the time of the Lord when it draweth nigh, we still don't have a date. We can't say it's September of this year, or you know what I mean. So we must always keep our garments clean and be on the watch. You know, be prepared, man. Be prepared, man. Patiently wait and be prepared. So it said, a lot of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour when he is not aware of, and shall cut him asunder, and shall appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. All right? And there shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. All right? And we don't want to be on that side, man. All right? This is Hebrews 10 and verse 35. So cast not away, therefore, your confidence, which have great recompense of reward. Right? And we're confident in this word, man, that Lord Yahweh Hashem Yoshai is going to protect us. For ye have need of patience, that after ye have done the will of Yahweh Hashem Yoshai, ye might receive the promise. Right? So it's patience that when we do the will of the Lord, man, we're going to receive. Right? Because the Lord promised us, right, that if we keep His word to the end, we're going to receive a crown of life. All right? So for yet a little while, and he that shall come will come, right, and will not tarry. The just shall live by faith. But if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him. But we are not of them who draw back into perdition, it goes back to destruction, but of them that believe to the saving of the soul, man. Right? So with that one, give our praises and honor to Yahweh Hashem Yoshai, Hashem Kakadash, the honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to you, brothers in the highways and the byways, preaching and teaching His word in sincerity and in truth. Patience, be patient, and learn to suffer, basically, right? Learn to suffer, man, right? And be patient that Yahweh Hashem Yoshai is on His way and He's going to deliver us. All right, shalom.